A humongous white block of office technology sits in front of you. It looks like a sacrificial altar made of plastic. Inside, mechanical parts are assembled in such a way that it can scream analog messages across huge distances. Cascade, possess information, critical, go all the way down, Miho. Miho, who know? Likely an acronym, not a person. Many elicit Hershel's offensive. Portofiro cosmonautics and space exploration. Not a letterhead that sees much use these days. The site of the failed launch. It was abandoned soon after. These days, it's a wasteland of space metal and local myth. This Miho entity is waiting for you at the dark end of the silo. You make short work of the cheap paper. Soon the sheet is a sodden ball of matter between your teeth. You swallow it down in one go, taking any secrets with you. Your screwdriver makes short work of the starhead screws holding the side panel in place. You set them aside one by one and gently remove the plastic panel. The holy innards of the facsimile machine reveal themselves to you like a sacrificial animal waiting to be interpreted. You're looking at a Sugar Hill Executive Series 2, a cursed model, plagued by numerous debilities, most commonly a chronically misaligned paper tray. From the machine bowels comes a pleasing chunk. As the plastic tray slots back into its receiver, the paper belt purrs as life is restored.
Much better, thank you. Operant, I would never.
Image quality, and whatever remains of human patience. You turn away from the fax machine. Ahead, the electric hum and rhythmic clatter of an aerotram station. Yellowed grass blades wave in the wind like beckoning fingers. The remains of a community that was traded for a single shot at the sky. In the distance, an old rocket silo bores into the soil, a void outlined in concrete. These must be the vestiges of Portofiro's disastrous 77 space program. The city-state tried to launch a rocket into orbit, only for it to disintegrate. And where the mysterious facts told you you'd find Miho, your footsteps crunch along the dirt and gravel. An old billboard, half collapsed into the dirt. A faded illustration dominates the frame. In one corner, a jumble of text and diagrams cling stubbornly. Amid graffiti and peeled paper, two figures point at a space rocket climbing towards the sun. The scene is awash in still vivid red and yellow. The lettering on the man's t-shirt, although barely legible, reads, "Todos somos Nestor." Down below, glass towers lean over cobblestone streets and emerald parks, where hibiscus, plumeria, and jacarandas bloom in impossible abundance. Every path bends towards a luminous dome, glowing like a promise. A vision of a future stillborn. A message to Portofirans, attributed to Sweet Nestor himself. It begins with a proclamation. Behold, here stands the future of Portofiro. Here grow the seeds of our collective glory. Soon our petal tract will bloom and Portofirans shall grasp the firmament together. See not foundations, but the dawn of triumph. See not construction, but a long overdue historical correction. Prosperity and autonomy beckon. Children not yet born are already grateful. The developed world will gawp at our triumph. Mourn not the past, for what awaits is our destiny. Nestorismo, Nestor's personal brand of politics. Its meaning was whatever was most beneficial at any given moment. Next to the old ruler's words, a graffiti reads, "Traidorismo." Another reads, "Boca de mierda." After the rocket exploded live on the world's television screens, Sweet Nestor made bold televised speeches blaming foreign hands. By the time he boarded the helicopter that would ferry him to exile, he'd accused at least half the developed world of engineering the disaster. Amid the half-eroded paragraph, the words destiny and historical correction endure, as if untouched by time. Portofiro would have become one of the big boys of the developed world. Inevitably, it is reflected in the grandeur of his space program. At present, such grandeur belongs to but 3 nations, Capablanco and Son, and the Kingdom of La Plage. The sole members of the post-orbital club, high status, high funds. The Luz has never acknowledged the existence of any official space program. Everyone else simply assumes they have one. Stage separation events and plum signatures were observed 14 times above Lusian airspace in the past decade alone. On the billboard, the rocket is forever committed to the horizon. Nothing has exploded yet. Nothing has failed. A desolate expanse of half-built concrete shells and narrow streets wind into nowhere. The bushes sway in the breeze. The decaying panel groans. All around you, the vegetation of the Petal Tract slowly triumphs over the follies of men.
Are you here for the copper? If so, you're late.
Skin burnt pinkish, hardened to elephant hide by exposure to the city elements. Strong and unhealthy, a life form that would refuse to die if you crushed her.
All the copper has been claimed. Yes, yes, all of it. Ah, then maybe cooperation. You find copper for me, I can pay you. Yes, I can pay you well.
Suddenly, she reaches into the pockets of her shorts and pulls out fistfuls of crumpled bills.
False money. Here. Have some, have some. Take it, take it. I can see you like it.
Your hands involuntarily close upon the mass of hard, crumpled paper. The scent of 100,000 grubby hands and the insides of cash registers. The fibrous toughness of paper indissoluble in water. There is nothing false about that money.
Yes, yes, false money. Keep it, keep it. I have more.
She pulls out further fistfuls to demonstrate. A few bills roll away, but she doesn't even seem to notice. This is more money than you've seen since you arrived in Portofiro. The role's subject dissonance is too much. Your brain is incapable of processing it.
Subcomandante Bagman has already shown us that money is worthless. But if you like it, we can trade. Yes, copper for money. But I keep all the copper. The Revelator, the Brown Phantom, host of the reality situation. Watch him. Then you'll see. Then you'll understand.
She laps from the same pool as Malin's father, who got himself kidnapped after hearing about the phone that makes people disappear on this same show.
The reality situation plays every single afternoon. You should watch him, at least once. Hopefully you understand. Many... I used to buy into the reality trap. Houses, yes, kids, family, food, all a trap. Spend false time working to make false money. A bad joke. Subcomandante Bagman made me realize this. Real estate. Buy house, sell house, add money, remove money. Hilarious when you think about it. Yes, I was winning at the game of life. Bad game. Prize for winning more of the same. Yes. Aha, yes. Many of us suspected. Gnawing feelings late at night. But nothing to do with this feeling. Have you ever noticed the thing about time? Subcomandante Bagman made me notice this. Yes. Stop. Right now. Look at your clock.
Your brain recoils from the question with the terror of a Paleolithic huntress wondering what lies beyond the horizon. You do not want to touch the edges of your world.
Really? Look more closely. They say time flows, but jump.
A minute passes.
Jump.
Another minute passes.
Yes, yes. That's what I'm trying to do. As long as we are inside false time, everything is part of the reality trap. False time reinforces reality. Escape false time, escape reality. Then we will know. Then we will see. Subcomandante Bagman has never talked about anything like that. Sounds like a government program. At the bottom, you're going down? That is where your interest lies, yes? You know what is down there, don't you? I think appearances deceiving. Great cover-up for what's really going on. Dolphin human hybrids. A tortured species originally bred for deep space exploration, abandoned as inviable. Oh yes. Yes, do that. I'll wait here. See how you fare. Yes, remember. You bring me copper, I give you full... You're back. What now? You have copper for me?
You hear the wind whistling through the scant vegetation and metal ruins. You feel the agitated pumping of your heart. All things that occur in time.
Ah, you are too deep inside the trap. Yes, you are. Believe... Yes, remember. You...
your muttered litany is carried away on the wind. Metal shudders and groans beneath your feet, reverberating downwards. Red lights fade into nothing. Abandoned, dusty. Hundreds of steps, winding, disappearing into pure darkness. Remember what the Miho fact said. Go far below, a rhythmic thumping. Organic, maybe. And is that the smell of sweat you detect? A small measure to fend off the encircling dark. You look at the metal between your feet, a square grid that cannot contain the emptiness that surrounds you.
Now that's a stride. That's a grand stride. Right there. Up and down 6 times. Could go another 10, I'm sure. Oh, hey, bud. Now, how'd a friendly face like yours end up here? Now, what you want to do is a bit of urban exercising. And take it from me, this is the best place to do it. Best stairs in the city. Down and down they go. Greatest stairs I ever saw.
As you consider the stairs, a beer bottle clangs against the railing, smashes. The old man laughs.
You know, it's nice to have company. A good chinwag helps stimulate metabolic ignition. Beautiful place, isn't it? I come here regularly. This here's the perfect spot to run mitochondrial apoptosis drills. I am practicing full-spectrum autophagic cardio-incineration. Pump up the heart rate until weak organelles and grief proteins burn right up. Okay, that's how you make the voices go quiet. Get rid of those, and the 4th aperture opens wide. Make sure...
Hardly anything he said makes medical sense. It barely makes linguistic sense.
Healthier than healthier, my friend. I'm post-healthy, if anything. Obliterating myself with regularity. As the saying goes, pain is just the body flushing out stories it shouldn't have been told.
Pain is a nociceptive signal, a response triggered by actual or perceived tissue damage.
That's from the tough cycle full system flush. Sweat, cry, piss, shake, ascend. No wonder you're hoarding emotions in at least 6 zones.
6 zones? Are you dying? You might be dying.
I'm a bit worried about you, bud. You remind me of the old me back when I was working. And that's no way to live. No way to live at all. Miho? I knew a Miho once. Big-time negotiator from West Codia. Put away brandy like... unlikely, I'd say. She dropped dead at 60. Heart attack. On account of the brandy. Swore off the stuff at 45. Past 50? It's not a fair fight. Slumped thoracic spine, for one. That's grief pooling in the vertebrae. You're a bit pale, too. Capillaries holding on to despair. But the biggest problem's obvious. It's your lungs. You're dealing with a lot of anticipatory shame, aren't you? That stuff pools up in the alveoli. I hope you don't take umbrage at my words, bud. I remember the days when bad thoughts slipped in right through the weak fiber.
That's how we make sense of the world. There's no need to fall for it.
I doubt that. But this issue isn't really about me, is it, bud? If anything, it's about proving something to yourself. Well, if you insist, I'll be willing to see how far you can clear the loop. The top floor, when you come in, that's the loop. No gadgets, no props, nothing but raw athletics. You tell me when you're ready to run. Keep you moving. Hey, bud.
Diagnostics complete. Ligaments primed. Heart rate nominal. Joints lubricated. Adrenaline and dopamine surge initiated to maximize propulsion. Awaiting signal. Oh, yes.
Ready, steady, go!
Warning. Vertical drop ahead. Torque and acceleration throttle due to survival. Run. Complete. Desired performance achieved. System switch into reward mode ++. Enjoy the endorphins.
Stupendous stuff, bud. The speed, the leap. Sure. But the magic's in the keeping on, isn't it? To keep being stubborn against the world. I was an interzonal man right up until 81. Consultant class, 2 decades in foreign hotels. Sure, bud. I'll keep you moving.
Hark! Do you see them? The stark reality is watching you from the sidelines. Cold grandstands full of silent, predictable men. They're cheering you on. Those are their cheering faces. The memory of the glory days. For the treacly pleasure of watching a wasted athlete drag herself once more around the old track. Their cheering turns into an irrepressible roar. Their stark realities have never seen one of your kind, and they never will again.
Lap it up, dogs. Witness the power of accumulated being.
The track goes round and round forever. You can't escape its logic, so you may as well embrace it. Look at her go, they say. There's nothing to stop her now.
Whatever light that slipped in from above has nearly drained away. You're entering the abyssal zone now, and your thoughts darken accordingly. In a windowless room far below, a thing crawls out of its tank. Slick grey skin over limbs too long, webbed hands, and on its back, a blowhole. A being with the strength of a bodybuilder combined with the echolocative powers of a cetacean. They do too. They've been terribly lonely down here. Soon, they'll shamble out of the dark to greet you. Flippers outstretched in blubbery welcome. Don't forget why you're here. Who, or whatever this Miho is, still awaits you, all the way down. The air grows cooler and mustier with each level you descend. There are many, many levels still to go. You stand before an archival shelf. This one is labeled G. Its metal bays overflow with sagging dossiers, loose memos, and soft-buckled binders. You skim through maintenance logs, staff rotations, emergency drills, waste management expenses, all ordered by esoteric reference codes. There's nothing interesting here. You turn away from the shelves.
Cascade, you can see me?
Your former double gazes at you, stooped and slightly twisted. His hair looks like it exploded.
Okay, you can definitely see me. That's less than ideal. You could have been anyone. I've put a lot of time into psychogenic translucency. Yet another attempted dismantling by they. Predictable.
He takes you in with a blank expression, deceptively blank. Just behind his perfect memory ticks and whirs like ancient clockwork.
Thanks for enduring the stares. I'm aware they're significant. I'm glad my facts reached you. I assume you destroyed it post-reading? A document tastes better when it's extra sensitive. No, I'm Holocene. Miho is a concept. I suppose you could say I'm a representative of Miho. Through cognitively enhanced stagecraft.
The dark arts of the opera's Remembrancer division. Much storied, often on... Your former double stares blankly at you.
I forget nothing. Come on, Cascade. Operational security.
Holocene is already a cryptonym.
Well, I was hardly going to phone you, and you're not exactly psychically equipped to receive an astral projection. We should get to it. The dreaming glass is already mid-tilt. It's good to see you, by the way.
A brief grin irradiates his pale face.
Interesting. Do you intend to detonate it now? I'll take you at your word. It seems you have the upper hand, Cascade. Let's see. This is a directional explosive device from the Operant Bureau. Did they ask you to deliver this to me? Interesting. During the late 50s, the Operant Bureau became obsessed with sound-triggered explosives. This one's directional, intended for assassination, not terrorism. Of course, a rocking little number by the False Midnights, which hit the tippity-top of the charts for 6 weeks in the spring of '59. Huh. The Operant Bureau always did retain a sense of humor. You're still functioning, Cascade. Why not this little guy, too? Biologically speaking, everything within you is on the decline, but as I said, still functioning. Plenty to celebrate. You're welcome, Cascade. Be careful around classic radio stations. Information critical. I've discovered who betrayed our whole sick crew.
You hear his words, then unhear them. Old wounds split open within your mind. Are you between crosshairs? What have you missed? What has the other not missed? And the last question, always the last. How much of the world is in on it?
I haven't been down here for all this time playing cosmonaut, Cascade.
Such crucial information should have been conveyed directly to the Operant Bureau. Something is out of step.
I'm eager to delve into the specifics of who turned us to searing dust, but can't commence an intra-agency collab without defined terms. The specifics are irrelevant. You've been sniffing the opera's glue again, Cascade. They've got you on a new assignment already. I can practically smell your singed ion channels. If so, here's a note. You're playing the irony near illegible, almost as if there is no irony at all. Why have you accepted this almost certainly doom-sealed assignment from the Operant Bureau? It's all a phantom limb, I think you'll find. The cosmic point. My own loyalty to the opera is irretrievable. I wrote a thesis on this exact subject, actually. You should read it.
He rummages briefly, then produces a formidable stack of jaundiced paper. Suspect. No true gang would ask you to read something this big.
As you've probably gathered from its aura, this is a thermobaric-grade explosive document. Do not let it fall into the hands of its very subject. I don't care for meta-texts. Whatever gave you that idea? There can be no doubt that I live in a rocket silo, but at least I don't have to wonder who put me here, or why. True, I will never again work for the opera, but I would be open to an interdepartmental collaboration between the opera and Miho.
He keeps mentioning this Miho thing.
Monaxial intelligence and hermetic operations.
Your former double stares at you and lifts his eyebrow.
It's an acronym? No. In this instance, hermetic bears a double meaning, both utterly sealed and in the tradition of occult science. That is probably the word I'm most proud of in the acronym. Thank you for highlighting it. Miho is a brand new counterintelligence agency, one devoted to the pursuit of absolute reality through supracognitive espionage. No lies, net zero deception. Imagine it, Cascade. The world as it is, disreflected. psychedelically ambitious. Heavy lies the director's chair. I'm afraid that information is zero hold. Let's just say I hear things are progressing in a direction that is positive. Please, elaborate. Cool color. I've heard of sonic torture apparatus, of course, but never a complete zero-out kit contained within a disc. Unlikely. At its zenith, astral assassination won't require a disc, or any medium. Miho's Disembodiers division are close to a breakthrough on that front. Though, I'm now irksomely curious about what may have been on this disc. The children's musical entertainer. Interesting. The long shadow of Cicatriz Frontera finds us even here. This could indeed be some prime Lusian schemery. If you have time, please submit a full report to Miho Command, and be sure to mark it Director Only. You are speaking with its director, yes. Due to security and communication concerns, Miho
is gangless. Front of the bus. No friends. A one-man intelligence agency. Typical remembrance her histrionics.
Just me. For now. It's a practicality. I concur. By and large, I'm still a subscriber, but far from a true believer. I saw something in it once. It had a glow. Then it lost it, somewhere along the way. None, in fact, ideally, as the party has it. The end of history is the only worthwhile tenet of communism remaining. History is not a linear march of fastidiously checked events. It is a fiction, edited and spliced by quick hands in back rooms. Better to end it. Roll credits, then smash the projector. I do. That's the problem. My memory is a definitive history that no one chooses to adhere to. Likely compounded by my profession. I was let in unawares, seduced by communist hermeneutics. Let me put it like this. I wouldn't be who I am if I hadn't once been a communist. But now that I am who I am, I can never be one again. A while.
A hollowness to him. A ghost whose ectoplasm has run out.
It's just a short-term arrangement. Excellent idea, Cascade. Miho would assist you in completing the assignment, while you would join Miho as the agency's first special asset. Liminal class. I would act as assignment lead for Miho, you would act as assignment lead for the opera, and therefore assignment lead for the assignment. We will never... Of course. Then our two agencies can freely share any self-hold information.
Your former double looks beyond you and goes completely still for a long moment. A familiar tick, like he's caught a glimpse of an alternate future and can't look back.
Likely the assassination of a major political figure. Lusian, I would venture, one of their photocopied ministers. But I've already said too much.
Is he engaging in advanced cognitive maneuvers right now?
Please, don't be impressed. It's effortless. There is my proposition. An interdepartmental collaboration. You join Miho as a temporary asset. Miho lends its full force to the opera. I suggest you think about it while you're down here, given the stairs situation. We're almost set. Of course, we can't kick off collaboration with our base of operations in such a state.
It seems largely fine.
So, here's my first directive, Special Asset. Get cleaning. I did not create the tyranny of hierarchy, Cascade, but I remain oppressed by it.
It's not even messy.
I can barely hear you above all this mess, Cascade. As I said, impossible to commence operations within oversea. In your own time, Cascade.
A dark patch of glistening mold curls out from the base of the fire. Damp, slightly raised, almost fuzzy, like it's sweating. The mold has a vague and irregular shape, like black splotches of malignancy on an X-ray. Yellow tendrils streak across it. 1,000 skinny antennas. The tendrils seem to favor seams and stress lines rather than smooth concrete. Solid operant instincts. Slime class, if you were to guess. Educated mold guess. The denser part sits low, where the floor dips slightly. From there, its growths fan out and up, thinning into forking strands. Tucked into the upper corner, an old ventilation grill, square and rust-rimmed. Definitely came from there. It's just a little coward patch, nestled in the corner like it's hiding from you. You try to conjure up cross-sections and ductworks, but come up. It's not an infestation, just a lonely smudge of dark damp with zero ambitions. One of the thinner tendrils reflexively lifts as you nudge it. This needs a specialist, or at least someone specialist adjacent. Not really. Nothing observable, at least. Nothing that agential. You turn away from the mold. A silver brick, foil wrapped and creased with factory precision. You recognize its dull sheen and shape instantly. Beneath the word Cosmo Comida, a grinning cosmonaut. One heat stamped in pale blue, weight, pack date, and manufacturer details. A company called Lockley and Refnor. Precision engineered beyond the coasts, a triumph of international cooperation. Vanguardia 79 claims to be the food of the future. The best futures are preserved. This one comes freeze-dried, sealed in foil. Tossed in the corners, clotted beneath furniture, dozens upon dozens of silver packs, glinting in the half-light. This is a man with a system, a tried and tested one. 5, to be precise. You went east, he went south. You hear your former double shuffle behind you and rub a hand through his massive hair. Even though Cosmo Comida claims to be the food of the future, small print on the packet reads, Best by Hebdomus 84. The packet makes a light crinkle. A typed page lies upside down in a stack of similarly formatted files. The cover reads, "Remote viewing." It seems quite compelling. The 56-year-old woman was partnered with a trusted friend as a target selector. She then described the site of a decade-old plane crash in great detail, while her friend was physically present at the location, 2,000 miles away. Unprompted, she also gave specific, accurate descriptions of the aviation accident itself. The testimony is light on cause, but it involved a collision of 3 separate aircraft. 2 passenger airliners and a military jet. Exceeding bank angle, increasing engine noise. Exceeded, not enough. Calm, calm. This is it. Oh, please. A fringe psychic art. The ability to view an unseen place or thing via a sense beyond the standard 5. A camera of the mind. Is this how Holocene located you? It feels like 1,000 eyes are on you as you step.
I don't know, Cascade. It still looks a little messy to me. Joylessly. Oh, you know, Cascade.
He winces and presses an open
The things on.
It remains unclear what exactly is.
Speak freely. Within reason. In your own time, Cascade.
This must be Reno's place. The dolphin indicates as much.
Private residence. Please state your business. No. Are you? Then we are both not Reno. The business has concluded for now. I mean, I have
Both of those things can't be true.
neither. The only business taking place is this right here. Between you and me. You must. You sure don't look like one of them.
You step away from the... The sleek metal call box. This must be Reno's place. The dolphin indicates as much.
Private residence. They're already up here. Have been for a while. Specialist. I do like the sound of that. All right, come on up.
First things first. I know what you're thinking. And this isn't my cat.
Once again, you appear to have crossed paths with this strange man.
I sensed that it was only a matter of time before we came face to face again. But I wasn't sure you'd find your way up here.
You may have gotten the better of him in the bazaar, but he's a step ahead here. Keep your guard up. This lapdog of the techno-fascists has been following your scent with impunity.
The cat's not the focus here anyway. There's no reason to assume this is Mr. Reno's cat. You know, I recognized you at Photo 24. A serendipitous coincidence, truly. I knew you'd been shelved these last few years. But of course, a man of my stature must have a keen eye for the talent. You know, I almost didn't recognize you under that hood, Hershel. Pretty sneaky, pretty good.
The sound of your name on his tongue. Unnatural. Upset. Turn this situation around. Immediately.
That's a very hurtful thing to say. Especially after you've victimized me in public. Of course, Hershel. Why else would I seek you out if not to exchange knowledge, skills, and expertise? To live, to laugh, perchance to love? Don't get hung up on that last part, Hershel. It was just a flash of inspiration. Our friendship goes way back, and I wouldn't want anything to soil it, you know.
Way back. Where?
There's no reason to assume the cats are one and the same. Really, what a generalization.
His face drops.
That's a very cruel joke, Hershel. 5 years gone, and that's how you greet your friends.
No entries in archives, systems, or communications. Expand in search. The crew's in here. He's not in it.
This pretense of ignorance is really hurtful. Really, I expected you'd treat your old colleague, Ignatz, a little better than this.
To you, he has never happened. You've certainly never been colleague. Wait, Ignatz. The name from Taxman's ledger.
You remember me now, of course. I know. I've changed.
The coat. It's a recent acquisition.
Exactly. A new coat befitting of my new position. You and I, we're on the same level. We've always understood each other. And so my desires are nothing covetous. I'm simply offering you the excellent opportunity to work together again. Just like in the old days.
Highly suspicious. Warrants further investigation. Approach cautiously. There may yet be gold hidden in that repulsive coat.
That's very cool, Hershel. I'm glad to see your keen sense of the environment has not left you. That's a weird question, Hershel. What do you mean by that? All right, Hershel. You're thinking very short-term, Hershel. I'm disappointed. In my new position, I've developed a number of very highly placed sources.
Big, if true.
Very sneaky. But I'm in no position to share that information at this time. Hershel, I thought you would be coming here for your old friend Ignatz. I am disappointed, but also empathetic. Mr. Reno, I believe, is in the kitchen, waiting for this operation to conclude. Tempo? Our old crewmate. What about him? Truthfully, Tempo worked with me, but that was already some time ago. Better pastures find Ignatz, always. So, men of many talents, like me, are always in high demand. What do you mean, dead? Come on, Hershel. We professionals know how the game is played. We have the sense to not ask people whose answers might be inconvenient to know. Let's do that, Hershel. Your old friend Ignatz has been moving up in the world. I'm on a very complex and sensitive assignment on behalf of my new employer. Secret treaties will be discussed in a matter of days in this very apartment. Your old asset Ignatz is here, preparing the field, so to speak. Nice try. You know I can't tell you that. Don't worry, it is not the bank. A man's got to know who he is and who he isn't. Otherwise, who is he? Thank you. I read a lot of philosophy. That's probably what gives me my edge on the market. In any event, it's a very unusual arrangement. I'm basically de facto lead on this assignment. It's very offensive to imply what you're implying, Hershel. My position is perfectly legitimate.
Legitimate.
Currently, I'm overseeing the sanitation technicians. It may seem pedestrian, but in reality the responsibility could only be handled by someone at the level of de facto lead. It's very straightforward. I'd like you to take some wildlife photography. I would like to see some leaky animals in their natural habitat, doing what such animals do. That's a component of it. I'm afraid one of the men providing physical security for these upcoming talks is a filthy carabinero rat. He's leaking information to his controller. I need a photo of this leaking in action. Seriously? Does the opera expect you to subsist on charity? Things must be even worse under post-historical materialism than they say. Fortunately for you, I will be supplying the camera on this assignment. This is a one-time opportunity. I need you committed before this place is cleaned up. I'd hate for you to miss out on a chance for us to collaborate again. I have ascertained the filthy carabinero, and I have also ascertained his controller. All you need to do is get them on film together. Very good, Hershel. The animal you're looking for always wears half his uniform, even of ours. You'll know him by his corrupt, sleazy demeanor, his dead eyes, and dark, floppy hair. They meet every day on the bridge that's east of the bazaar and roundabout. A great place for some filthy fucking animals to do their leaky business, apparently. You'll need to use this camera. It's a very special piece of technology, but the film inside of it is even more special. Make sure you use it.
How about a self-portrait or a still shot of a beautiful landscape?
No. A de facto counterintelligence lead cannot risk being seen in the same place twice. Our... Once you've got the photos developed, meet me on the rooftops of the housing campaign. Any night. My new employers have different ideas about privacy and conscience than you or I. But I can't judge. Another man's house, another man's rule. They're trying to build a post-historical final society, with a final man as its subject. So naturally they can't have old-style thoughts going around. That's how I understand it, at least.
A psychographic camera.
Thoughts, Hershel. It takes pictures of thoughts.
A machine to picture the inner workings of the soul. A miracle of light, glass, and chemicals to preserve that which has so rarely been known.
Please, Hershel. The poor woman does not exist. It's a mere fabrication by the lonely, deprived mind of a small business owner. Just one quality photograph of the Carabinero leaking in the wild will do. Make sure you get the woman too, his controller. And try not to call attention to yourself. These are highly dangerous individuals. I'm sure I don't need to explain. She's beautiful, isn't she? Purebred, probably. They have papers when they're this. People like you and me, we're not supposed to meet a cat like this. We can't really handle it, in a way. Listen, it's a big thing petting a high-grade cat like this. There's no telling how it'll react. But then, if you need to do it, of course, who am I to stop you from petting a cat? Probably for the best, Hershel, honestly. Normally, Hershel, I would have to keep all of this under wraps. But since you and I go way back and are totally cool, and now working together, I can tell you all about it. Mr. Reno will host talks between La Luz and Emter here on matters of world historical import. May have to rewrite the textbooks, if you know what I mean. The negotiations are yet to happen, Hershel. I am very good, but I cannot see into the future, obviously. Safe to say, a clash of ideologies is happening right here.
Around you, cleaners continue their work diligently.
You're probably thinking, how did my old pal Ignatz best me? This is what I mean by observations. I've been extremely diligent in my observations. Hershel, it's okay to admit that this intellectual tete-a-tete has left one of us wounded.
You've got no wounds here, mister. Seems like this job may prove itself worth something after all.
I understand he gets the rights to certain highly coveted flight paths. Mr. Reno is... I trust this will stay between us, Hershel. See? Very good. I'll be waiting. It's a pleasure to be working together again.
You have never...
Oh, hello. You're with the cleaners, I take it.
The man stares around the room in bewildered horror, unable to focus on you.
Good. Good. Have you perhaps seen my model train? I suspect one of your colleagues may have misplaced it.
Stop all the clocks. A purloined model kit. This investigation is priority alpha. Still looking around the room. He doesn't really register what you've just...
I'm Reno, or Rinotel. What can I do for you? Yes, that's me. I really don't want to get into it now. Oscar, he's alive. Thank heavens. But no, I have nothing to say on this now. Just look at this mess. Where to even start? It's an extremely rare kit. A type 04X. Chrysanthemum sorrel. I'd really like to find it. Yeah. It hasn't been available in any public markets for nearly 2 decades. The only way to appreciate them is through their model versions. I'd really like it back. Yes.
He throws a searching look at the empty shelf, as if expecting his precious chrysanthemum sorrow to have materialized at the evocation of its name.
Oh, thank you. It must be around here somewhere. We do. Which? There are no tricks to it. It's largely compound interest and time. You know how superblock communists build their economics on 3 pillars. Precisely. As we in the developed world don't have the luxury of relying on magic, we replaced it with compound interest. It is. And it will change your life. No magic required. Well, it's not very politic to say, but most people suffer from poor impulse control. Only to an extent. Agency remains in play, you see. To tell you the truth, my own impulse control, or lack thereof, has been a lifelong curse. Thanks. My business endeavors have succeeded because I've spent years fighting my own wiring. To not fall prey to market logic, but instead, bypass it. Often, the market ebbs and flows, as you know. That, in turn, locks us into investment cycles that I personally have grown rather weary of. So, to challenge my higher education bias, I've hired a special consultant. One who specializes in esoteric knowledge, inaccessible to ordinary men of business. He's a medium of sorts, highly attuned to transmigratory souls. These interstitial beings are a rich source of counter-cyclical investment advice. A Rustamian who literally washed up on the shore one day. Mysterious fellow. Prefers to keep to himself.
Mysterious Rustamian. Radiant. A long shot, but worth following up on. Could be anyone.
I just pay him, listen in, and leave when satisfied. Now, was there anything else?
He looks at his watch, his forehead accordions.
Of course. He's the cleaning coordinator. I've been assured the Lusians are handling his bill. She's magnificent, isn't she? She's got 3 coats.
White and silver entwined. Softness that should be light. But if you plunged your fingers into her fur, you'd find it thick and deep.
I don't...
Discrepancy found.
None.
Where have you come by that idea? Disappointing. I was told the NDAs were ironclad. Let's be clear that any dealings are strictly speculative. That said, I'm in the process of acquiring and rehabilitating a certain piece of disused infrastructure.
A seeming non sequitur.
That's correct. The moon doesn't care about politics. And besides, my involvement has mostly been via my contacts within Emter. I had very little to do with our strange cousins. Indeed. And Portofiro stands to benefit as well. What's not to like about it? I'm afraid I don't know anything. My connection is with the Emter side of the table.
All the same, worth probing.
Well, I can't attest to their present condition. My dear friend Oscar and I went a bit hard. I haven't seen him in several days. Rather the opposite, I would say. But if you and Oscar are already acquainted, he's the one you should be speaking with. Well, there was also his deputy, the junior to Oscar's senior. Though I have to say, the young man seemed quite strange. That's it, Frederick. Strange young man. I think this is the one to speak to, I would say. The Minister of Mass Culture? Yes. I gathered that he will be representing La Luz at the negotiating table. That's certainly out of the question. I understand Minister Reyes is intensely private. For security reasons. Never.
The man sighs deeply.
Now please, let's never be well.
Muffled noises emanate. The figure shakes, not its head. A large framed board with the title Residence printed across the title and initial entries are printed in thick, embossed ink. But over time, names have been crossed out or added with rough pencil. The page has been edited so many you come away from the wall. A plain canvas satchel hangs from a coat hook, A pair of colourful rain boots sit on the ground below it. They kept a pair of feet dry as they stood in ankle-high water in the basement of a magazine office. She must be staying here. You scour the smaller pockets inside, but find only pens, paper clips, sticky notes, and an ancient pacifier. Gummy rubber tip gone brittle. You give it an experimental suck. The nipple is uncomfortably hard against the back of your front teeth at first, but it softens as your saliva coats the rubber. Sour, funky staleness. A bit of lint from the bottom of the bag fuzzes against your tongue, but you taste none of the telltale earwax and aspartame flavor of ecstasy. This is a normal pacifier, for normal infants. It's never been in contact with drugs. The satchel was virtually empty since you took the book out. There's nothing to exact retribution upon. You turn back to the alley. A postbox with drawers numbered 1 to 12. The whole apparatus locked at the side with a single keyhole. You step away from the mail. Photographs, candles, tucked under the stairs. You'd be forgiven for initially overlooking the modest shrine, were it not for the roughly carved wooden figurine, waist-height, sat off to one side. This is a shrine to Sirius, angel of romance, war, and negotiation. Among the usual photographs and candles, people have left mysterious items. A single house slipper, a dusty magnum of champagne, a small pouch filled with some sort of musky, sweet herb. And scattered throughout, wedding invitations, faded, creased, RSVP dates years in the past. It's customary to invite the angel to festivities, to bless the union. It's believed that a generous offering guarantees a happy marriage. The stopper has gone brittle, covered in a thick coat of sticky dust. There's no way to remove it without getting fragments of disintegrating cork everywhere. You take out the little off-white rectangle, red inked lips glinting in the low light. With a soft flutter, the card drops onto the shrine and into the dark pile of offerings. It belongs here. Your voice is hushed, almost silent, even to yourself. The shadows shift and grow long, candles flicker in, the air thickens around you. Each prayer counts. They should not be wasted. If it weren't for the candles, you easily could have mistaken it for a shadowy heap of discarded belongings, awaiting someone cares enough to maintain it. The red slips of paper hung overhead.
No soliciting. And mind the floors, will you? Good. Thank you. Finally, some cooperation. Not really. I mean, you could help me sweep if you wanted to, but look around. You think one person alone can clean all this? We used to have one manager and 3 concierge. Now, it's just me. I'll pay you 20 sol if you're interested. You asked. I think the more we all dedicate ourselves to our own tasks, just the punctual. You notice my badge. It's actually not just a building. I manage the entire housing campaign. I do what I can. More than most managers would, but there's only so much you can accomplish with a paintbrush and a broom. You should have seen what this place was like when Nestor put it up. Real class, real majesty. A different class of people moved in. Oh, I don't know. Maybe the children of the people that were here in the first place were born a different class of people than their parents. Important people. Art. Not like the vandals that infest it now. Spiritually, no respect for the doors, the walls, or themselves. Or me, of course. Sometimes I think they vandalized that railing just to spite me. It's good that some people remember what we were capable of. Back when we had the sense of decency and cleanliness. Much too late. There have always been problems, if that's what you mean. Situations like the one my son is in would have been inconceivable to another generation. A young man in the prime of his life, crippled, actually crippled, by his devotion. I don't even know what to call it. Some intangible social currency that exists only in his mind and in those of his idiot friend. Ah, I see you're part of the scene too, then. But along the way, from there to here, we lost something. His whole generation, I worry, genuinely, about what will happen once mine is too old to work. Will they be able to keep the trams running? The plumbing? The electricity? Will the railing go unpainted until one day it crumbles and falls off? I'm not exaggerating when I say he and his idiot friends are fully capable of starving to death without realizing it, was evaluating each other's transparent jockstraps, or whatever the latest... Really? Thanks. Are you sure you know how? This has to be done right, This is a classy building. Here. Thanks. It's looking much better. Pick up your feet when you walk.
You had meant to demonstrate to Carolina how to infiltrate an apartment. Instead, one of you knocked over a flower pot and you had to dart inside, panting, hoping no neighbors called the police.
I hear the whippings are fun, if you're into that. Interrogated on the intricacies of the Portofiro penal code,
Your laughter petered out, suddenly loud in the empty
have you ever been interrogated? Whoa, where'd you learn how to do that?
There is no record found of any operant succeeding in this maneuver. You thought it sounded cool.
Would you teach me?
You made up a maneuver on the spot, lying to her as you often did, and she committed every word. The moving boxes stacked in one corner of the little apartment are not... At some point, somebody tried to paint in here. Roller and tray, sponge caked with a crust of ivory latex, but gave up. The first thing you notice is the sheer amount of debris that's been left behind. Empty plastic bottles, pillows without their cases, a pair of work boots, trash bags piled in the sink. This is chaos. Whoever you sift through a life packed away in cardboard, the things they fought to take, and then left behind anyway. They winnowed down their belongings to what they could sneak out in the night. Gut instinct, the first things that sprang to mind as the most important, and the last things they fought to grab as they crept out the door. You fold back the tops of the cardboard boxes, covering their contents. It won't keep out the dust, or the next person to loot this place, but you do it anyway. The building notice board stands beside a communal area. Above your head, seagulls wheel and dive. Fairly standard fare for a notice board. A notice for a cat lost months ago, next to a printed out sign advertising private maths lessons for struggling students. One notice, however, stands out solely because the original printed sheet has been altered by multiple scrawls in a variety of colours and hands. The piece of handwritten paper declares, the rules are very clear. Read them and understand them. No gathering after 10 PM. We can hear you clomping about and we've had enough. Beneath that, the responses read, "She thinks she the cops. Fuck you. You don't run the building. We know this is you, Mrs. Kavanagh." You turn back to the roof. You were standing here at a house party when you saw the unmistakable bulk of Tempo del Sur clambering over the rooftops toward...
Hershel. Hoity-toity penthouse over there. He had silk sheets, Hershel.
He thrusts a cigarette into your hand, lights his own.
I heard the future tonight, Hirsch. The Illuminados are waking up, Hirsch. Dancing to a new form of electropop, a big wave gathering. Developed world's got no idea. No idea. Listen, what's coming is coming. All we can do is make a ton of fucking money from it.
He grabs your arm and drags you down. Bagman gestures the sounds from the command.
Welcome back, my good replay. Superblock baby. The fault.
Only a moment's hesitation. This man made a test the majority of...
Check the shelf of despised subgenres under geopolitical novelties. Maybe not.
A low, tilting shelf marked in heavy block letters. Despised subgenres. Geopolitical novelties, nestled with...
I'd advise you to burn it. But the fumes from the superblock quality plastics may kill us.
Reason will not help you here. Close your eyes. There. Swirling maelstroms of darkness adorn the album. The band logo is an illegible scroll, allegedly composed of letters in a human script. On the spine you find the title, Blood Golem. There is no track listing, no credits. Only violence in its purest form. Now, always.
Still crass music on a crass replayable format, but at least it's not an active attempt to idiotize the population. I won't be held responsible for what happens with this dip.
You turn your attention.
Oh, it's you. What? A jail?
The words fade almost to nothing.
No. He was right. Did you see anything? Anything at all? Interrogated? Did they hurt you?
She lets out a hiccupy groan, presses her fist to her lips.
That's good. I'm glad you're okay. If they had him, they must have let him go too when they realized he was just a crazy old man. Thanks for stopping by.
The lanky man flicks a palm-sized toy scooter out of his pocket like a switchblade, performs a miniature double flip, then looks to an impressive display of dexterity, wasted on an...
Yo, tiger pussy, you fuck? Your face and your lollopy little walk.
You don't lollop. You bound, gracefully like a whippet or a red...
Whatever it is you want, I could tell you're a chick under there. You here for the Nestor fan club, or just my vibe? Ha! Touched a nerve, have I? Well, let me tell you something. Come lolloping in with the chick and do it in front of me. Then give old Septimus a show, and I'll acknowledge it fine. 'Cause it's hotter. Bing, bing.
He takes aim with his finger guns.
Obviously not. Everyone fucking detests the old man. You for real? I'm his youngest son. The last one out, numero 7. Portofiro's most hated toddler. You didn't know? Does it look like I got government connections in here? I'm cut off, severed. The bull's bleeding ball sack. I know you got questions about me and the old man. Ask him. What are you, Portofiro in the early 80s? Ha ha. Shit, fly.
You return to the work. Your reason for being here. If only it were as trivial as that. There's not much you can do to repair half a train without the other half. The instrument of death calls out from the future, begging you to bring it into being. You consult the Wang Guide and rattle off plywood, glue, and tools, all found among the junk. See, the opera provides. Check. Check. 500 grams of molten plastic or one of the prized wolf. Completion rate. From the profoundest, most autistic depths of yourself, a sense of universal harmony and order wells up. Now comes the part where you try not to blow off a finger. Your dreams of death. You return to the workbench. The instrument of death calls out from the future, begging you to bring it in. You place the blanks below the schematics, tape them in place, and follow the dotted lines with the tip of the box cutter. Slowly, it acquires dimensions as you assemble the panes. A plywood model of a brutalist edifice rising in a series of blocky chambers. 2 circular holes on either side of the largest box await the insertion of the barrel. You cut a length out of the broom and sand it down. Next, you glue the springs in place into a metal backboard, making a notch in the pipe, and solder the coin onto the top of the springs. A satisfying rough tessellation as the pipe slides through and the backboard aligns with the plywood face. Behold, it is suddenly recognizable as a weapon. Which luxury article do you wish to uncreate? Toxic white fumes rise with alarming immediacy from the pot. As inside, the model... Thankfully, the plastic visor and built-in respirator of the Limpador hood spare you any ill effect. The set in plastic emits an evil hiss. A line of bubbles like solder appears along the vertices where droplets of hot plastic escape. It cools in real time, re-solidifying before your eyes. Your creation emerges. Barrel and trigger emerge from a mottled, vaguely orthogonal plastic body. The plastic body disappears below the wadded layers of electrical tape. Now the last step, padded internally with layers of cloth, paper and foam. The can completes your weapon's chimeric appearance. Whose death remains to be seen. The tape on the grip is slick and uneven in your hands, the barrel heavy. Yet you are now armed, and one step, though inelegant, the magwell receives each bullet with silent precision. All 6 slide into place exactly as they are meant to. May death be at your back, and may... The stereo is right where you left it. You slot the disc into place and hit play. You step away from the equipment. The stereo is right where you left it. You place the disc into the drawer and press. Your pockets are vibrating. You feel like there's something very important that you've forgotten about. Something very obvious. The bomb. Maybe we're bomb-proof. Maybe we die grooving. Either way, it will mean victory. The explosion rings out across the city, destroying Photo 24, Constance, and any chance you may have had at redeeming yourself. The fax machine lies dormant, awaiting correspondence from... You turn away.
Bored? What do you want? Mold sample? You must be out of your mind bringing that shit in here, woman. Get it out, and get out. No doubt, your friend's compromised. And if the friend is you're... Here's my medical grade advice. Go back outside, curl up in a ditch and wait for it. In the meantime, get the fuck out of here. Hey. Sure you feel qualified to make that?
Only one half of his mouth lifts to bear it.
Delusional love. Oh, then he's fucked. Why don't you just go and wait with him? Do with it what you will. Real. Listen, it was not the board that made me a doctor, and they cannot unmake me. They can take away my life, but they can never touch 1,000 plus hours of surgical not that you could ever publish. I said they could take away my...
Suddenly, he swipes a bottle off the table and takes a deep swig from it with needless violence.
You're damn right it is, Mom. I'm a... Who do you want treating you? One of those cholesterol-fearing pansies? Disgrace! What? You think it's... Yes. A disgrace, Doctor. Ha! Nice try! Just because we've proven you're not medical, you want to get in my good graces? There's a favor I need. It's a simple favor, really. You stole certain irreplaceable personal effects of mine. Bring them back. I knew I could count.
2 words. Lab grade.
Adios.
Hello, again.
Doctor, clinic, houseboat. This is Kindred's father.
I know a possible amount. Medical concerns, indoor sports, anything that... Fractal branching, hero banning. Where did you collect...
Do not reveal the location of a fellow operant's safe house.
I hope they were doing renovations. This is Chimera Verde, a mold strain indigenous to Portofiro, and a surprising list of extermination. Chimera Verde is in a class of its own. It first emerged in the 40s. 10 years later, it was all over Portofiro. Households, offices, schools. The authorities had to call for large-scale fumigation. If you ask me, structural renovation and targeted decontamination would have been ideal. But alas, have to say, I'm not that surprised it stuck around. Clever little organism. Slime mold won't defend itself, but it will change course and circumvent the problems. In other words, I was an intern at the hospital down in Agua Clara. Must have been 53 before the fumigation. Let's say there were stories. Biological attack, industrial compound parasite, the first Lusian cultural front. But what you won't find in the official literature is the reports of dreams. Dreams of speaking to the mold. Patients couldn't recall the words, just the impression of exchanges. Some said it gave instructions, others said it's just a lesson. No, they were lucid. No fever, no delusions, vitals clean. Most of them didn't mention the dreams until asked. When enough people report the same pattern, as in, could there be neurological symptoms? To an extent, sure. Mental fog, sleep disruption, given time and proximity, the immune system would be worn down. I'd go for ozone therapy. Medical grade. It's been available for a while, just not widely used. Ozone is oxidative. If something soft and slow is growing where it shouldn't, I'm afraid I can't help you.
He turns away, unlocks a small cabinet and rummages through.
But if I were to help, I would recommend this low concentration ozone.
Dr. Gang is in. He turns and looks out of his houseboat window as you pocket the syringe.
Of course. Do let me know how the hypothetical treatment goes. Just out.
The man parts his lips in measured surprise. Then
Why didn't you say anything before? Kay, right. She chose to take her mother's name after she passed. I didn't object, naturally. I'm sorry, this is just... How did you say you knew my daughter? Oh, I suppose I never saw you around. Different hair, okay. The last we spoke, she was living in the old cinema, Cosmos, with her boyfriend. Nothing strange going on, mind. He owns the place. His name's Septimus. I'm sure he's an upstanding gentleman. He comes from a political family, you know. I don't know. She was always so passionate and driven, but also impressionable.
all you had to do to make her your kindred was to separate her from her own.
Much as I hate to admit it, she became nervous, cagey, withdrawn. But to be honest, we've barely spoken at all for the last few years.
Not since the crew dissolved and you left Portofiro.
Check on her. Yes, you do that. Cinema Cosmos is just north of the roundabout, by the aerotram stop. I just want to know that she's safe. You understand? Yes, I was running a dream study. She was a participant. That was a... Carolina started out as one of our participants. A volunteer, surprisingly. When her turn as a participant concluded, she begged me to stay on. I thought, well, what harm? There was no real limit on our grant from amateur. and Gonzalo agreed. We needed an assistant of sorts. Carolina didn't appear at work one day. I went to the police, who had no information. I thought she must have been in some kind of accident. You must understand my fear as a father. I received a call from the hospital. Carolina was there, in intensive care, barely lucid, handcuffed to her bed. There were 2 carabineros accompanying her. They told me she was under arrest, to be charged with unlawfully aiding a holding power. SP, I'm sorry, I can't speak to that. There are many details of that time that are murky to me. I was in shock, borderline delirious. It took me some time before I realized what it meant.
For his work, he...
EMTA pulled their support. The study was shut down within days. All our data seized. I was investigated too, of course, along with Gonzalo. The official part dragged on for several years before they finally closed it. She was held for nearly a year. When she came home, I said some things, perhaps things I shouldn't have.
You gain nothing by making this poor man repeat the words he's most regretted saying in his life. On the contrary, you gain immense power over him.
I said she was no daughter of mine. I told her I wished it. She left after that. Then I opened it.
And here he stayed.
I agree. Let's leave it. Yes. All right. Until next time.
You've come back.
Some questions don't require thought, but the opposite. Quiet the conscious mind, and the answer comes naturally. A life that demands absolute commitment, with no room for error. The pylon man turns his head ever so slightly.
A kitchen's worth of knives in your back, tire threads across your face. Someone's got it in for you. Maybe it's habit that keeps you circling the wounds then. Half a decade on the shelf, on top of a lifetime of closed doors and missed chances. You'd think the universe would throw you a bone by now. It would make sense. It's not you who's failing. It's everything else. A vast and utterly unsalvageable unfairness. It doesn't have to be so hard. You wrestle with the guilt, the shame. But if you just said, the world did this to me, some of that weight would be lifted.
That weight is called self-awareness. Without it...
Accept that your difficulties are simply results of unfair, personal attack. The universe pulls its punches, or does it recoil in?
Stray spies still wandering around, looking for their forever home.
The girl takes a long drag and raises a slow middle finger at you.
Alive? Where? Rookie error from a fucking retiree. He should... So not the Weeping Eye. Empter. That seems like they found some territory then, if he's currently chained up in it. What's he giving them? Are we fucked? Fuck. Are you alright? Or if they do, they find somewhere lonely to do it. Thanks for coming through, Hershel.
The way she says your name is stiff somehow. Like she's forcing herself to say it that way.
I honestly don't know. Temple never said anything about him, which was strange. Most of the time, he can't wait to tell you about his latest secret. This one, he was terrified from the jump. Does Dante prick say anything else? And what's that gonna cost you? Well, we've got to do something about him, haven't we, Hershel? Loose fucking end. Someone's gonna trip and break their neck.
The girl watches you, dancing the device. Ask.
Speak your piece. Who do you trust? Me or this clapped-up old clown? Oh, that mega violator. Yeah, sure, I've got it.
No backhanded retort. No reflexive insult.
Rarest you've ever known. One of a kind, even. Yeah. Intimately.
Impossible.
You already know. It makes copies. It mega violates. All known laws, of course. Say what you see, Miss Big Time Spy.
Taxman. A ghost hologram.
Tempo.
Someone leans on a fader marked to the world, and all sound dips out for a moment.
Here she is, finally. Now let's start this over. I don't know why he called you, what he wanted to say to you. His memories I don't have, but I know what he said to you right now.
The girl stubs out her cigarette, steady yet forceful, suddenly engrossed in the act of crushing.
How you been, Hirsch? I missed you around. They're more like bootlegs. Imprints, I think they call them. Sounds impossible, right? I thought so too, but clearly, a little bit possible. I don't have shit of his memories either, so let's not play 20 fucking questions. I'm just him now, and that's... There was rain in my head, Hirsch. It was always raining, and it was always midnight beyond the clouds. I don't know. Not that. And why would I want that? I had enough Yana for a lifetime. Anyway, this is a forever kind of deal. And the deal is, I deal with it. Move the fuck on. Because Tempo was scared of everything. He wanted the backup. He thought they were gonna kill him. Keen prediction. And they were, evidently. Maybe they were the least of his enemies. This place is wide, Hirsch. And it switches up faster than you can believe. Plenty of cunts out there with murderous intent. It feels like I can't quite remember myself. Like I'm watching myself through dream glass. All smudged and smeared. No, like I'm existentially fucking compromised. Whatever. Maybe my mental age went up and this is just what being old feels like. Just another thing to get used to. I'm sure it'll feel normal in the end. Yeah. Curse go forward, curse go back.
You remember him saying that a long time ago. Chant-like. A little ritual.
Is that all you've got to say? Nothing but stupid fucking jokes. Because there's a lot at stake. Because I didn't know whether you were on my side, let alone dependable. And because you were pretty late. Being predictable isn't a good thing, Hirsch. Also, I really didn't think you'd believe me. I mean, I would.
And yet, doesn't it chime a distant chord? The Lusian political elite being strange copies of themselves.
Yeah, the pricks in power fire it up whenever they need a new politicant. All from one guy, bootlegging himself over and over for like 300 years. According to Tempo, anyway. But when we covered intra-Luthien relations in history class, they didn't say shit about it.
A theory often dismissed as rumor, but taken more seriously on the top levels of the Operant Bureau. The Lusian political ministry are all identical psychic graphs of the same ancient philosopher.
It's Yana. Just one Yana. Thanks, Hirsch. New World Order. Still getting to grips with it. Right here. It's mystical fucking gear, Hirsch. I hardly threw it out.
From beneath her chair, she pulls out a small console device, about the size of a dinner tray. Colored buttons flank a large, dark screen. What is this thing? At first glance, it could pass for some unmarked consumer novelty. A portable television, or a handheld game system.
Yeah, it hasn't got an actual name anywhere on it. That's part of what's cool about it. This is the thing that made me what I am. Nope. Fucked. Needs batteries. Special Luthien batteries. Might be better for you to, you know, hang on to it or something.
Jackpot. Finally, the Hershel clone army can begin to fill its deviant ranks.
Don't over fuck around with it, would be my advice. And no, it did not come with an adapter. But it does have cocaine in the seams. And a little bit of nose blood. Speak your piece. One more thing, Hirsch. Now that we're adequately acquainted.
She flicks loose ash from the end of her cigarette and watches the orange glow die.
You up for it or what? Weird. Please don't say shit like that. His name's...
The teen with the scarf, though you recall him as more scarf than teen.
He's not my boyfriend. We were just hanging out for a while. Maybe we still are. Whatever. Some cunt has me in his crosshairs. A cunt with weird headphones and a shit mustache. Well, I'm pretty sure it's about that imprinting device. The mega...
The soft piano music rises again. Nearby, yet very far beyond you.
He probably knows I have it. Or had it. Because now you've got it. I'm highly fucking acquainted.
She takes a deliberate drag.
I'm about action, Hirsch. I'm smoking this headphone cunt out. My asset is already in theater. Kryptonym... Yes, obviously. But also...
Overplaying it needlessly. The Operant Bureau's instructors would have a lot of notes. When you were 16, you once put your blood type down as mysterious in an attempt to impress a vaguely attractive doctor.
Use your spy shit. Make contact. Tell him I approved the meet. Yeah, you spoke to him. Now I need you to make contact with him. Keep up, Hirsch. Also, you can tell him that my schedule freed up this weekend, so I could see him for like 1 hour, maybe. As long as nothing better comes up. Good. I like enemies. They solidify my fucking position. But you know what solidifies it even more? Non-stop odd shit with you. No, other people taking care of those enemies.
With awkward reverence, you approach the shrine again. Ink stains and knives. In your guiding, we learn. You turn away from the intercom glints and nothing happens. The revealed in
You're back. What now? Let's see. Yeah.
The crumpled bills bounce off your chest. You catch some. You pick up the loose bills.
You want more? There is always more. Bring me more copper, and I will give you the revelator.
She laps from the same pool.
The reality situation plays. Awareness breeds anxiety. Aha! You say you're not a scavenger, but you are a good scavenger. Fool. It's all full. Here, fool.
She's like a bottomless well. Shake her and...
I am close, yes, very... Ah, yes. Oh.
You know it in your gut. You have done a very bad thing.
Take it all. We won't need it anymore, no we...
A queasy feeling. Somehow you know she is right. Where you are going, money will not help you.
Haha. Just wait. Wait there. 6 hours, yes. And I will have... Haha. 6 hours. Tomorrow, she said. Tomorrow.
An odd, slight peel sounds when she moves. Like over her shoulder, you suddenly notice that in the sky, dusky just moments ago, is now pitch black.
Look. It's not a hat, but nice, yes, nice. Take my hand.
Her leather hand clamps shut. You feel nothing. If you expected a surge of energy, a rush, that is not where this was going.
Look at your clock. Welcome to true time. Ah, yes. Oh, yes.
You know it in your gut. You have done a very bad thing.
Take it all.
A queasy feeling. Somehow you know she is right. Where you are going.
Just wait. Wait there. 6 hours, yes. And I will have built it. Haha. 6 hours. Aha. Tomorrow, she said. Tomorrow.
An odd, slight peel sounds when she moves. Like over her shoulder, you suddenly notice that the sky, pitch black just moments ago, has begun to brighten with the first rays of dawn.
Look. Take my hand.
Her leather hand. You feel nothing.
Look at your... Welcome to true... Yes, remember.